how much do you think about your responsibility as a founder? Do you think that you have a responsibility to your audience, to your customers, to the food system? Or are you just trying to put out great products that you ultimately love?
I mean, I don't think you should start a business if you don't feel you have a responsibility to some set or subset of those entities.
Yeah.
Why bother, right? Yes, we have a responsibility to the customers because they're giving us money because they think they're buying a thing. And if I deliver something that's not the thing they think they're buying, that's we're like lying. That's a big problem. But that happens all the time. Companies do this all the time. But then also we have the entire back end of the food supply chain. Like people buy stuff from us, but we buy a lot of stuff from other people. We buy corn, we buy tallow, we buy spices, we buy all these things. We have potato chips. We buy a lot of potatoes.
Yeah.
And so our potato farmer, he's one of the oldest or longest running organic potato farmers in Idaho. By being a supplier to us, he more than tripled his business in a single year. And that's great because now that means more fields of organic potatoes are being planted as opposed to fields of pesticide potatoes. Like, because our growth means that less chemicals get used in the food supply chain, which is awesome. I hate this word, but that's a stakeholder, right?
Yeah.
The farmers, but everyone. It's like the land, right? Because you go to the Midwest and you get drinking water from the well or the river. There's pesticides in the drinking water because of the runoff from the corn and soy production that happens in those areas. If we were as big as Frito-Lay, there would be like a non-trivial portion of America's farmland that was growing food without pesticides because of us. I think that's great. And there's plenty of examples like this. I mean, there's also brand too. I mean, I think a lot of modern marketing can be very like ugly. Not in the sense that it's not purposeful. Like someone tried to make it look a certain way, but their tastes are ugly, in my opinion, which I'm allowed to have. And
yes, you are.
I think by us having pretty marketing, we reduced the budget behind ugly ads on Facebook. I don't mean ugly ads in the sense of unpolished. I mean like in the sense of grotesque or whatever. There's an aesthetic like responsibility, if you will, too. I'm sure there are others. You have responsibilities to your employees, right? A lot of companies are dealing with this because of the tariffs, and fortunately for us, well, to be fair, most food companies, the vast majority of inputs to food products and the vast majority of food products sold in America are made in America, except for the obvious like olive oil from Spain. Most of our agriculture commodities are grown here, but there's plenty of like if I had a choice, like our equipment manufacturer for our tortilla fryers, big fryers that we're ordering and they're going to arrive in a few months, those guys are based in Tennessee. And there are other people that make this equipment. I didn't have to go with them, but I'd rather. And now the tariff situation actually is making. There's now
you were on the right train.
Post tariffs, there's an actual financial incentive for me to do this, but there wasn't a financial incentive ahead of time. But it's like, well, yeah, I get to deploy a bunch of capital. I get to choose where to do that. I get to build a factory. I get to figure out where to put that, and so people are going to get hired there. Some other company's going to make money because they're building me a bunch of stainless steel stuff. It's not just about a business owner. I think this is true about everyone, right? And it mostly comes to dollars, I think, right? Because dollars are spent in a way to create action in the world, whether you're hiring someone or buying something or whatever it is. And so everyone has control over the dollars that they spend. Obviously, an individual private citizen will have control over far fewer dollars than any business of size. But every dollar you spend is like a vote for the person you're spending it with. Not in the political sense, but you get what I'm saying. And so that has a lot of implications. Do I vote for pesticides by buying pesticide products? Do I vote for natural farmland by buying organic potatoes from a guy in Idaho?